All right. Well, let's get started for today. So, I'm gonna need a couple of props. Say a strap, a couple of blocks if you like them in standing poses, and some height to sit on would be good. And today you can choose to sit in either cross-legged pose or hero's pose. So I'm going to choose hero's pose. I'm going to put a block between my ankles. You see from the side, the block goes between the ankles, and you can just sit nicely on the block with your toes pointing straight back. And if you're getting into this pose, make sure that you have your knees together, and you can take your calves and kind of move them out to the back and out to the side to give yourself some room to sit down. You might not even need the block if you've got the flexibility. There we go. Okay, so we'll find yourself in our nice seated pose, whether you're cross-legged or in hero's pose. Let's just find our centers first. So just start to bring awareness to your breath. Pick a spot where you feel your breath move. Could be just your nostrils, could be your diaphragm. And keep your awareness on that spot as you breathe in and out. Feel your spine growing a little taller with each breath. Spread your collarbones as your shoulder blades draw down and back. We'll take one more breath. Let it all out. We'll gently open your eyes, no matter how you're seated. I'm just going to do some thoracic circles. So curling your spine as you come back, expanding your chest forward. You can get your head involved as well. Just move at your own pace. Just allowing yourself to open up through your chest. And then we'll switch directions. I like to inhale forward and then exhale back. And we'll come back to the center. And now we'll just do some cat-cow and sitting. We'll just extend all the way back and all the way forward. Moving with your breath still. Inhale, lift the chest. And exhale, round. One more. Inhale and exhale. And then we'll come back to center again. Rolling the shoulders back. Let's do some neck stretches. So we'll just tilt your head to one side and bring your, if you've got your head tilted to the right, bring your left arm around your back. You can even grab your other grab your fingertips around your right upper arm. Feel that nice stretch in your upper trap. Excellent. And then we'll switch sides. So bring your right arm around, grab your left arm if you can, and then tilt your head to the left. And then come to center. If you're in Virasana like me, we're going to come to your cross-legged pose. Going to get settled here, and then we're going to do a side stretch. So let's bring your right hand down to the ground, and then left arm up and over. And then switch sides. So see, we're going to be doing a lot of side body and opening the front pelvis as well today. Good. And then back to, let's do one more on each side. Just feeling that nice stretch through your ribs. Ground your opposite sit bone down. And then switch. Inhale up, exhale over. Try to bring your top shoulder back to open up through the front of your chest. And then back to center. Take a breath here. Okay, if you have a strap, go ahead and grab it. You don't necessarily need it, but we're going to sit in butterfly position. And you are welcome to sit on some height if you tend to round your lower back. But if you have a strap, wrap it around the outside of your feet so that it hooks onto your ankles. And you're just going to use the strap, pull the strap towards you to lift your chest. If you don't have a strap, you can just grab your ankles and do the same thing. The strap allows you to kind of bend your elbows a little bit more and bring the shoulders back as far as you can. So we'll just sit here for a few breaths, feeling the lift in this pose, the lift of your chest, the lift of your spine. And allow your hips to relax. Feel your sit bones, your pelvic floor grounded into the ground. Breathe into your pelvis. And we'll release the strap and start to walk your hands forward to get a nice hip stretch here. You can sway gently side to side. Excellent. And we'll walk back up again. Let's sit in Vajrasana quick, which is the toe stretch pose. So you're going to sit back on your knees and heels and have your big toes together and your heels together, and feel each of your toes spreading. You can even use your fingers to spread your toes out. And then when you're ready, you'll just sit up tall. So we're going to stay here for a few breaths. If you feel really uncomfortable or pain, then you can just release your feet and sit back. But it's a nice pose to start to open up your feet and your plantar fascia. The first time I did this, my feet were really tight, but they do loosen up over time. Okay, just 3 more breaths here. Excellent. And we'll come to all fours. You can wiggle your toes. And we're going to start with some hip circles. So just kind of rock forward and back as you rotate your hips in a circle. We'll just go one direction first. And then switch directions. Good, and come back to center, and we'll go into our cat-cow, inhaling and exhaling. And now it's kind of a freestyle cat-cow, so you can kind of incorporate the hip circles and the arching of the back. It doesn't really matter if you get it. You can just sort of move in whichever way feels good. Make sure you switch directions if you're going in a circle. Job. Okay, and then we're going to widen the knees, big toes together, sit back into your wide knees child's pose, reach your hips back towards your heels, and really stretch those arms far away as you bring your chest down towards the floor. And then we'll press back up to all fours, and we'll move into our downward facing dog. So tuck the toes, go ahead and lift the hips way up. You can bend and straighten the knees. We're just warming up the calves here. Make sure your fingers are spread, even weight through all 4 corners of your palm. And then bend both of your knees, lift your hips up, lift your heels, bring your chest towards your thighs, and then bring the heels down, thighs back into your downward dog. Going to hold it for a couple more breaths. Thinking about if someone were to grab your hips and pull them back and up. That's where your sit bones are heading. Back and up. Excellent. Let's lift your right leg straight up, and you can let it turn over. If you'd like an extra hip stretch here, open up to the front of your right pelvis. Good. And then we're going to swing that right foot in between your hands for our lunge warm up here. So we'll just rocking forward and back. Excellent. Now lower that back leg. Sit your hips back a little bit and straighten the front leg. You might need to walk that front heel forward a little bit. Reach the chest. Lift the chest and then round forward over your right leg. Make sure to lift your toes up and back. And draw that right hip back. Good. Come all the way forward into a nice low lunge again. You can keep that back knee down. Lift the chest a little bit. And then we'll move into our downward facing dog. And holding it here, but scanning your body, spreading your fingers, even weight through your palms. If you hyperextend your elbows, slight bend in your elbows, roll the shoulders out. Reach the sit bones up, chest towards the thighs. Good. We'll lift the left leg straight up and over. Just cascade your leg over to open up your left hip. Excellent. And then we'll bring that left foot forward between your hands. Nice rocking back and forth. Good. Okay, so then we're dropping that back knee down. Sit back slightly, straighten the front leg. You can adjust here so that your hips are still over your knee. Lift your chest at first to lengthen your spine. Draw your left hip back. And then you can start to round forward. Lift your left toes so you get that nice stretch in your hamstring and in your calf. Good, and then rock forward, keeping that back knee down into a lunge. Lift your chest. And then back to downward dog. Just notice if downward dog is getting a little easier each time. As we're opening up your hamstrings, your hip flexors, your feet. Good, let's just do 2 more breaths here. And then walk your feet forward. We'll come to our standing forward fold. You're welcome to widen your feet a little bit and clasp your elbows and just sway side to side. Breathing deep breaths. And then clasp your hands behind your head, right at the occiput, and let gravity, let your neck stretch a little bit. Good. Okay, let your hands go, walk your feet hip width apart, and we'll roll up to standing. Just slowly, your head and neck being the last thing to come up. Here we are in our Tadasana. So from the side view, we should bring those hips back over your ankles. So we tend to want to keep them forward. Sway it back, weight into your heels. Your tailbone drops, lower abdomen moves in and up. And now spread the collarbones. Excellent. Let's warm up our shoulders here a bit. So we're going to clasp the hands and then lift the arms straight up. And try not to flare the ribs out here or lean back. Kind of keep those bottom ribs back as your arms reach up. Keep your neck relaxed. Good. Let's release and switch the interlace of your fingers and inhale up again. Good. Let's release the arms, shake them out. And then if you need a strap for, it's called Gomukhasana, then we're going to place it over your right shoulder and come into this pose. If you can clasp your fingers, that's great. If not, you can grab the strap like this. So that upper arm is rotating from outside to in as your elbows reaching straight up. Your lower arm, draw the shoulder blade into your back. And then draw the front ribs down so we're not flaring the ribs. And bring the head back. Good. Okay, let's release. So if you're using the strap, you just bring it to the other shoulder. Bring the left arm up and over, and then right arm back and around. Find your fingertips or the strap. You shouldn't feel any pinching or pain in your shoulders here. If you do, just separate your hands even more. Just bring your arms further apart to give them some space in the shoulders. Again, draw the right shoulder blade into the back now. Our shoulder blades tend to want to wing out in this pose. Really use the strength of your shoulder blade to suck it in. Good. And then release. You can shake it out. Maybe roll the shoulders a couple times. Awesome. Okay. So next, let's do some crescent moon. So we'll bring the arms overhead, and you can just clasp the fingers together, but keep the forefingers pointed, or the index fingers. And we're going to just go side to side. Good. Let's go to the right and hold it. If you want an extra challenge, you can lift that right leg up off the floor. Good. And then let's go to the left. And lift the left leg. Good. Come back to center. Bring your hands to your low back. Inhale, lift the chest, arch back, and then we'll exhale all the way forward. If you would like a little extra stretch, you can grab behind your calves and pull even more. And we'll come up with a flat back, so you can bring your hands to your hips, lift your chest, and we'll come all the way up. Excellent. Okay, so we're going to move into our goddess pose. So bring your feet out to the side, and then bring your toes out at least 45-degree angle. And we're going to go ahead and bend into the knees, and here we are in our goddess pose. So, you can either stay here with your hands on your thighs, or we can bring the hands up, palms to the ceiling. Just breathe into this pose. Feel the strength of your legs, your feet grounded into the floor. Don't grip your toes. Good. And then come back up. Good. So point your toes to the front to face me again. We'll come into Trikonasana, triangle pose. So rotate your right leg all the way out to the side. If you need a block, you can place it by your leg. Okay, we're going to widen the arms. Keep the pelvis stable. So instead of just collapsing it, engage your left hip muscles to keep your pelvis stable as you come out to the side. Feel that engagement in your left outer hip, and then bring your hand to the block or your leg or the ground and reach your arm up. Keep your legs strong, so lift your kneecaps by engaging your quads. Good, and then inhale back up, and then rotate your foot forward, switch the block. Okay, here we go. So notice your hips here. So instead of letting them collapse, engage this outer hip, kind of like you're pulling the outer hip down towards the heel as you reach your arms out and down into your Trikonasana. Your fingertips are right over your shoulder. Draw the right shoulder back. Lift the kneecaps, strong legs. Lengthen through both sides of your body, especially the left side of your body. Good, and then we'll inhale back up to center, rotate those toes forward, and come to your Tadasana. Take a breath. Okay, this next one's called Parigasana. So you might need a blanket because we're coming down to on your knees, or tall kneeling, I should say. This one's really great to stretch out the side body. So you're coming to tall kneeling, and then you're going to put a block at the edge of your mat. So it might take some adjusting here. But basically, so we're going to stay kneeling on your left knee and bring your right leg out to the side. And you can place the ball of your foot on the block. If you don't have a block, it can be a pillow or a blanket. Block is nice because it's sturdy. Okay, so once we're here, my hips are square over my leg. You're going to reach your right arm down to your shin, and your left arm comes up and over. So your upper arm is in line with your ear. Really getting a nice side body stretch, probably feeling it in your right hamstrings or groin as well. Good. Now we're going to inhale back up. Here we go. Bring your knees back together and then switch the block or whatever support you're using. Here we go. Now we're kneeling on the right knee. Bring the left leg out to the side. Square those hips to the front. Lift the toes. And then we'll exhale over to the left. So think about drawing your right hip towards your left instead of just collapsing into your left hip. Draw your right hip towards your left. You should feel more of a side body stretch when you do that. One more breath. And inhale back to center. And you can bring your knees together. Just sit back on your heels and take a breath here. Excellent. Okay, we're coming back up to standing. Just going to remove your props. Maybe keep a block for your standing poses. And here we go. We're going to step or jump out to the side. Virabhadrasana 2, Warrior 2. Rotate your right leg around. And we'll bend. Let's do a couple bend and straightens into that right knee. And we'll come all the way down, bringing that right hamstring down as far as you can. And then we'll bring the arms up. So your shoulders are right over your hips. Now we can look over that right arm. Rotating your right thigh around, bringing that right knee back. Good, and then release, and we'll switch sides. Exhale, bend and straighten into the left knee. And then come all the way down, Virabhadrasana 2. Look over your left arm. Feel the hamstrings engage in your left hamstrings, and that happens by sitting that left sit bone down. Good, we'll come back up, come to your Tadasana. Take a breath. Excellent. Okay, we're going to step the feet out again. Rotate the right leg around. Utthita Parshva Konasana, side angle. We're going to come through our last pose first, Virabhadrasana 2. Sit that sit bone down. Then you're going to bring your elbow to your thigh or your hand to the block and reach your right arm up and over. So now we've really stretched out the side body in our previous poses. So see if you can feel that line, that nice long line from your heel all the way to your pinky. Keep that right knee pressing back. Here we are in our Utthita Parshva Konasana, side angle. Good. Okay, let's release. You can move the block. And we'll rotate that left leg around. So first, Virabhadrasana 2. And then go ahead, Utthita Parshva Konasana. Keep that left sit bone moving down towards the floor, engaging your hamstring. Keep your back leg strong, engage the quad. Press the outer right foot into the ground. Good. Inhale back up. Rotate the foot around. Tadasana. Roll the shoulders back. Neck long. Lift your chest. Excellent. Okay, one more in this sequence here. So you can move the block to the other side. Okay, stepping the feet out. Rotate the right foot around. All right, first Virabhadrasana 2 to the right. Okay, now Utthita Parshva Konasana. Reach that right arm over. Sorry, left arm. And now half moon pose, or Ardha Chandrasana. So you can swing the top arm around, shift your back foot in, move your block into half moon. Well done. And then we're going to step back into triangle pose. Triangle. Or Trikonasana, and then come back to stand. Okay, well done. So I'm going to repeat that all on the other side. Okay, here we go. Rotating the left foot around. I'll try to do it all in Sanskrit this time. Virabhadrasana 2. Utthita Parshva Konasana. Ardha Chandrasana. Let's hold this for a few breaths. Back into Trikonasana. Triangle. And back up to center. Swivel that foot around. Tadasana. Awesome. Well done, everyone. It's a nice little sequence there. So find your centers again, feeling your feet on the floor. Weight back a little bit into your heels. Lift your chest. Take a deep breath. Awesome. And we'll do our last standing pose, Prasarita Padottanasana. Widen the feet and come down into your wide-legged forward fold. And with this one, you can bring your fingertips in line with your toes, with your elbows bent. And draw your shoulders away from your ears to lengthen your neck. Okay, let's walk your hands so they're right underneath your shoulders. Lift your chest. Walk your feet together about the width of your mat, and we'll sit all the way down into your yogi squat. Bend those knees. Lift your chest. If you need support, you can take it, either a rolled blanket under your heels or a block under your hips. Good, and then we'll come down to sit. Okay, so we'll grab a strap for Padangusthasana 2. So you're going to lay on your back and reach your right foot into the strap. Just for a moment here, and just feel the back of your leg stretching out nicely. Toes back. Keep your left leg long, toes up. And then grab both ends of the strap with your right hand, bring your left arm out to the side, and you can start to bring the left leg straight out to the side. You can always bring it down to a bolster or the couch or a chair, or keep the knee bent. Really want to feel that groin stretching in the inner line of your right leg. Good, we'll slowly lift that leg back up to center and bring the left foot up into the strap and switch. Bring the right leg straight down, and we'll hold this stretch for a few breaths. Draw your shoulders down and back. Now grab both ends of the strap with your left hand. The right arm comes out to the side, and then we'll bring the left leg down. Okay, good. Let's bring that leg all the way back up and bring your right leg again to meet your left. Let's just hold this pose here, Supta Dandasana, with both legs up into the strap. Pull your toes back, engage the quads to straighten your knees. Good, let's release the strap, bend the knees. We'll come into our happy baby pose. So you can grab the outsides of your feet. Here we are in our happy baby. You can sway side to side if that feels good. And bring those knees together, give them a squeeze into your chest. And then we'll gently roll to your side and come up to sit. All right, so 16. I'm going to move into Janu Shirshasana, head of the knee pose. So bring both legs out in front of you. And let's draw your left knee back. So hook on the inner knee and draw that left knee back. Right leg stays front. You can have a strap handy if you need it. So we're going to reach the chest, lift the chest first. And then as you come forward, lead with the chest to keep a straight spine. And then when you can't go any further, then you can round all the way down. Maybe you can grab your foot. Here we are, Janu Shirshasana. Keep your leg active by pulling your toes back and engaging the quad. And then we'll gently walk back up. Bring the left leg out to meet the right. And then hook your right knee back. I like to even spread the left sit bone out to the side. Left and the right, yeah. Okay, so turn to face your left foot. And we'll lift the chest. And then come forward, leading with the chest. Maybe you can grab your foot now. And then you can round forward. But keep your left leg active through the whole pose, toes back, engaging the quad. Good. We'll inhale, slowly walk your way back up and lift your right knee from the outside, bring that leg forward. Let's just shake the legs out. So I'm going to show you the next pose with 2 straps. This is not necessary, but I'll show you a nice little trick here. So we're going to bring your right leg out to the side and your left leg out to the side to your Upavishta Konasana. So here we are, sitting nice and tall. Again, you can sit on some height if you tend to round your spine, but you can press behind you to lift your chest. So you're sitting up nice and tall on the top of your sit bones. So you can either stay here, just feeling this nice stretch, or I'll show you a nice pose here where you have a strap around the bottom of each foot. And all you do is, there we go, make them taut and give them a little pull. So not absolutely necessary here, but if you wanted to try it, you can. Otherwise, you can just keep your hands behind you, lifting your chest. If you've got the straps here, make sure to keep your heel bones down. You tend to want to lift them up. Keep the heel bones down and engage the quads. Good, and then we'll just walk your hands forward into your forward fold, just as far as feels comfortable, and keep your legs active. Toes back and quads engaged, feeling that length through the inner line of your leg from your groin to your heel. And then we'll walk back up. Remove your props. And be kind to your legs here. Use your fingertips to grab the inner knees to bring you back to a nice seated position. Okay, next is Bharadvajasana, which is the seated twist pose. So you might need a blanket for this pose or a pillow. So this is the one where you bring your feet behind you like this. You're sitting up nice and tall. Now you might need to put a blanket. So I have my feet to the right. You'd put a blanket under your left sit bone to even out your pelvis. And your feet, I'll see if I can show you here. Your feet, your right top of your foot will go over the arch of your left foot. Just tucked in nice and neat there. Okay. If this is uncomfortable for you, you can just do a seated twist instead, a different variation. But here you're in Bharadvajasana. So once you get here, we're going to twist to the left. So twist away from your feet. Sit up nice and tall. And twist. Use those fingertips of your left fingertips behind you to give you more of a twist and lift your chest. And then turn your head towards the front as you keep the chest moving the opposite direction. Good. Okay, and then we'll switch sides. You just lift up, switch your feet, switch your blanket. So I've got my left top of my foot over the arch of my right foot. And the blanket is just under my right sit bone now. The knees are pretty close together. There's a little gap there. Your pelvis should feel pretty even. Lift your chest. If not, then you might need more height under your right sit bone. And then twist to the right. Use those right fingertips behind you to lift your chest and twist a little bit more. You're welcome to turn your hand so it's the back of your hand, your left hand pressing into your right thigh. So first we're looking over our right shoulder. And then turn the head to look over your left shoulder as you keep twisting. Bharadvajasana. Excellent. And we'll untwist. And we'll remove your props and come down onto your back. Okay. You're going to keep your knees bent, feet flat on the floor. Come into a nice bridge pose. So tuck your shoulder blades under, feet hip width apart. Press into your heels as you lift your hips. You're welcome to clasp your hands underneath your hips. Walk your shoulder blades together. We're going to hold this pose. So as we hold, keep lifting your chest up towards your chin. Keep your neck long and relaxed. Just lift your chest. Keep your knees hip width apart. Don't let them splay out. Two more breaths. And roll all the way down. Let's just hug your knees into your chest or towards your shoulders. Maybe let your knees go a little bit. Do a little rocking and rolling to massage out your sacrum. Good. And from here, we're going to come straight down into your Shavasana. So, straighten your right leg, straighten your left. Make sure you can tuck your tailbone under to lengthen your low back. Draw your shoulder blades under. Rotate your palms up to the ceiling. If you need extra support under your neck or maybe under your knees, now's the time to grab those props and set yourself up. Just let your belly relax. Let your pelvis relax. Allow your eyes to rest back towards the back of your head. Relax your tongue and your jaw. And then bring your awareness back to your breath. Deepen your breath and bring your awareness back into your body. We'll gently bend your knees. Bend them all the way into your chest. Bring one arm overhead and roll to that side. So you have your head resting on your upper arm. Just hold it to the side here, letting your body sink into the ground. And then using your hands, roll a little bit more towards the floor as you sit up to a comfortable seated position. Go. Spine nice and tall. Let's take a few breaths here. Notice the state of your body, the state of your mind. We'll bring the palms of your hands together at heart center. I hope you all enjoy the rest of your day. Thank you for being here with me. Namaste.